She couldn't cry at birth, but she's a genius. Before she was even a month old, she could already write her own name. Yet instead of recognizing her daughter's brilliance, her mother wiped the writing away with disdain. Her father wasn't any better, he didn't like girls. When he found out in the hospital that the baby was a girl, he turned his back and walked away. When it was time to take her home, he didn't bother holding her. Instead, he just grabbed the handle of the baby carrier and complained about how expensive it was to raise a girl. Once they got to the car, he put his daughter in the trunk, driving his old second-hand car recklessly, completely unconcerned about her safety. After arriving home, the whole family went inside, leaving the baby alone in the trunk to, perhaps, think. What kind of parents are these? It's heartbreaking. But the girl was incredibly smart. By the time she was 1, she could bathe herself. At 2, she had already learned how to dress herself. By the time she was 4, she had no choice but to be independent. Her dad was out selling used cars, her mom dressed up and went to play cards, and her brother was at school, leaving Matilda at home alone. When she got hungry, she had to make her own food, 2 eggs, a sprinkle of cake mix, and just like that, she made a plate of pancakes. Sitting there eating her homemade food and reading her favorite magazines, that was her little slice of happiness. Before long, she had read through all the magazines in the house. Her hunger for knowledge drove her to ask her dad for a book, but her clueless father thought watching TV was entertaining and educational enough, so why bother reading? Her brother was even more impatient, yanking her aside, annoyed that she was disrupting his TV time. Matilda didn't cry. She understood very clearly, there was no one she could depend on in this family. If she wanted something, she had to get it herself. The next day, after her parents left for work, she flipped through some books and found the address of the local library. It was about a kilometer away, but that didn't stop her. Her love for books was stronger than the distance. When she arrived at the library, she politely asked the librarian for help and headed straight for the children's section. The librarian wondered why such an adorable little girl was there all alone, but Matilda didn't need anyone's help. Sitting quietly on the couch, reading a book, was her greatest joy. Now that she knew the way to the library, she went every day, reading voraciously and finding what she needed in the pages of those books. Before long, she had finished all the children's books and moved on to more advanced reading. The librarian, impressed by Matilda's passion for learning, made an exception and gave her a library card so she could take books home. This saved her the daily walk to the library. Time flew by, and soon Matilda was 7 years old. Through books, she had gained a wealth of knowledge. However, her troubled home life made her envious of other children. They had their parents around, but for Matilda, it was books that kept her company. These books gave her an unlimited imagination and made her grow up faster than her peers. When she reached school age, she asked her father for permission to enroll, but her father, clueless as ever, believed she was only 4 years old. Her mother thought she was 5, but in truth, Matilda was already 7. Her dad dismissed her, saying that someone had to stay home to collect the endless deliveries they received. And just like that, Matilda's dream of going to school was crushed. She was devastated,